Caroline's Candy Company sells gummy bears for $4.50 per pound and jelly beans for $6.50 per pound. How many pounds of each type of candy should they use to create a 30-pound mixture that would sell for $5.10 per pound? Since they want to know how many pounds of each type of candy they should use, that's how we're going to set up our let statements. Let's let the amount of gummy bears be X, and let's let the amount of jelly beans be Y. And it's not the number of gummy bears. It's not like 27 gummy bears. It's because we're talking about pounds, it's the weight in pounds of each. All right, let's set up our table. Again, the relationship here is amount times rate equals the price. And because they're mixing gummy bears and jelly beans, those will be the first two. So we've got gummy bears and jelly beans. And we have the mixture. That's part gummy bears and part jelly beans. The amount of gummy bears is X pounds of gummy bears, and jelly beans, the amount is Y. And they tell us for the mixture they want a 30-pound mixture. So the amount of that mixture is going to be 30 pounds. The rates, well, the gummy bears are $4.50 per pound, so 4.5. The jelly beans are $6.50 per pound, that's 6.5. And we want the mixture to be $5.10 per pound, which is equivalent to 5.1. To figure out the entries in the price column, we have to multiply across. So we have 4.5x, 6.5y, and 30 times 5.1 is 153. Once we filled in the table, we need two equations that model the situation. If we look at the amounts of each of the types of candy, we've got X pounds of the gummy bears plus Y pounds of the jelly beans, gives us 30 pounds in total of the mixture. And we can look at the prices as well. The price for those gummy bears is 4.5x plus the price for the jelly beans, 6.5y, equals the price for the mixture, which we know has to be 153. We now have a system of equations we can solve to figure out x and y. I'm going to use substitution, and I'm going to isolate x in the first equation. If we subtract y from both sides, that gives us x equals 30 minus y. And now I can make my substitution. I know wherever I see an x in the other equation, I can replace it with 30 minus y. So we look at the other equation, and it's 4.5 times x, but x is the same as 30 minus y. So it's going to be 4.5 times 30 minus y plus the 6.5y, and that equals 153. When we distribute the 4.5 on the left, 4.5 times 30 is 135. So we have 135 minus 4.5y plus 6.5y equals 153. If we combine like terms on the left, negative 4.5y plus 6.5y is 2y. So 2y plus 135 equals 153. Subtracting 135 from both sides gives 2y equals 18, and dividing by 2, y equals 9. So the amount of jelly beans, which was y, we know that that's going to be 9 pounds. And for x, there's 30 pounds in total, and if 9 pounds are jelly beans, that leaves us with 30 minus 9 equals 21 pounds of gummy bears. It's a lot more gummy bears than jelly beans, so hopefully people really like gummy bears. And we always have the other method. We have substitution to solve for x. We know that x is 30 minus y. We figured out that y was 9, and 30 minus 9 is 21. So you have multiple ways of figuring out what x is. So in the end, we need to answer the question that they asked us. They asked how many pounds of each type of candy should they use. So we say they should use 21 pounds of gummy bears and 9 pounds of jelly beans. And that is our final answer.